Hello everyone, my name is Harmanpreet Sharma and I am a graduate research assistant and I am working with Dr. Ranjit Riyad on biomass accumulation and nitrogen fixation by fava bean in various cover crop mixes. So what are cover crops? Cover crops are the plants that are grown to cover and improve the soil. They can be used as living or dead mulch on the soil surface or can be plowed into the soil as green manure. So why there is a need of a cover crop? There has been great decline in environmental quality, biodiversity, and agriculture production due to conventional agricultural practices such as intensive tillage, short or no fallow lands, monoculture, and excessive use of fertilizers. Moreover, it has been observed that an expenditure of $3.6 billion yearly on herbicides doesn't have any significant effect in reducing the weeds, but they reduce the output by 10%. So the farming practices results in greater rate of soil loss, which exceeds the rate of soil formation. So soil degradation from intensive cropping production and resultant losses in productivity requires the use of rejuvenating practices to rebuild the soil health and improve the productivity potential. So in recent years, conservation agriculture methods that enhance sustainable farming and support ecosystem services have become very important. Hence, cover crop, which is an old management practice, is suddenly becoming popular all over the world. So what are the benefits of cover crops? So cover crops are recognized as an important component of sustainable production, and they help in protecting the landscapes from soil erosion and soil and loss of nutrients by leaching or runoff. They also helps in moisture conservation and improve the soil table and helps in crop diversification. They also increase the nitrogen availability from biological nitrogen fixation and retain the excessive nitrogen for the following growing season. They also alter the soil properties by increasing organic matter, which will consequently increase the soil nutrient availability for succeeding crops. So the chemical fertilizers are easy to store, apply, and manage, but they do not contribute to soil organic matter, which is often derived from plant residue over a period of time. They also helps in controlling the weeds by competing with them for light, water, and nutrients, or by releasing allelopathic exudates. So the addition of legumes into the crop rotation also increase the grain yield and grain quality. So it has been observed that the grain yield of cereal crop after legume is 0.2 to 1.5 mega hectares higher than the grain yield obtained after cereal crops. What are the benefits of cover crop mixes? To maximize the benefit of cover crop use, mixes of cover crop species are grown to nitrogen acquired by legumes as a result of biological nitrogen fixation by rhizobia can help non-legumes grow in the mix by way of the root transfer, which in return will increase the biomass. So in addition, planting a legume with a non-legume also allows the legume to acquire more nitrogen than grown alone, as non-legumes are generally better at getting nitrogen from the soil, which depletes the soil nitrogen and force associated legumes to increase biological nitrogen fixation. And to take advantage of cover crops' allelopathic potential to reduce weeds. So it has been observed that the some brassica plants such as mustard can be used in the mixes since they contain high level of glucosinolates, which promote the biofumigation when integrated into the soil. So fava bean, it is also known as broad bean or horse bean. So it's a member of vetch genus and Fabaceae family, and it is one of the oldest grain legume crop. So the seeds of this crop can be used for human and animal consumption because they are generally high in protein content and energy supply. So fava bean have an association with symbiotic nitrogen fixing bacteria Rhizobium leguminosarum, and they also develop nodules on the root and help in fixing atmospheric nitrogen. So it has been observed that the production of fava bean biomass is typically higher than most other legumes achieving 20 to 40 tons per acre with a nitrogen fixation rate of 90 to 200 pounds per acre. So in my project, we are going to evaluate the nitrogen fixation and biomass addition in different cover crop mixes. So a split plot design was used with 3 replications, and the mix includes the faba bean, oat, mustard, reddish, pea, vetch with different seed rates. 5 best performing fava bean varieties that are entry 39 bell bean, entry 3 SSN1, and entry 15 were selected from a panel of 63 previously tested fava bean germplasm lines, and they were examined for various parameters such as root length, shoot length, nodule count, fresh and dry weight of nodules. Additionally, weed control was evaluated in 5 treatments. The first one was control, which was from alleys. The sample was taken from the alleys, and the next one contains the plot which contain every crop, and the third one is from the plots which contain just oat, faba, and mustard. And the fourth one is from the plot which have just mustard, reddish, oat, and faba. And the fifth one have everything except peas. So the results. The table 1 is discussed in the upcoming slides. So in table 2, we can clearly see that there was like maximum weed in the alleys, but there was like minimum weed inside the plots. See, it's 0 everywhere. So it was recorded that there was 97% reduction in the number of weeds. So results shows that there was a significant differences among the varieties for nodule counts, and entry 39 had the most nodules, followed by the bell bean, and the SSN1 had the least. And compared with oat only, all varieties in the cover crop mix have the higher nodule count. And entry 39 has the highest fresh weight among all, followed by bell bean. And nodule dry weight is strongly correlated with variety, with entry 39 having the maximum dry weight, followed by bell beans. And the dry weight of nodules in oat only exceeds the mix which contains all the varieties. So, and from that second table, it is evaluated that there is 97% reduction in weeds in plots with cover crop mixes. And for future works, we are currently drawing the biomass samples in greenhouse, which later will be analyzed for total carbon and nitrogen. And for the nitrogen derived from atmosphere using N15 isotope technique. And this trial will be repeated in winter 2022, most probably in October. And based on this analysis of 2 years of research, we will determine which varieties of fava bean performed better in mix, as well as which mix added the most biomass and fixed the most nitrogen. And the best mix will be recommended to the grower. So I want to thank my advisor, Dr. Ranjit Triad, who always saw potential in me and always encouraged me to do better. And Dr. Hussein Zakri, Victoria, Diego, Stella, Jeff, Oswaldo, and Juan. These are references. Thank you for your attention. Any questions?